I changed my whole life for him, and then his wife called me. When he cried after I told him I loved him, I thought it meant he felt the same. Turns out it was guilt. I met Jason at a friend's housewarming. He was the kind of guy who smelled like expensive cologne and made eye contact feel like a full-body experience. I was 25, working 2 jobs, and sleeping on a futon that felt like it hated me. But Jason had a real apartment. He drove a Tesla. He wore watches that made my wrists itch from jealousy. He told me he owned a boutique marketing firm and traveled for client work. He said he was a night owl, hated mornings, and always kept his phone on silent so clients wouldn't disrupt his peace. Translation: he had a million excuses I swallowed without chewing. The first time I asked to meet his family, he kissed my forehead and said, "Baby, they're just not good people. You don't deserve that energy." I took it as a green flag, like he was protecting me. That's how deep in the fog I was. I didn't meet a single soul in his life for 8 months. No friends, family, nothing. He'd cancel plans last minute saying, "I can't tonight, client emergency," or "You'd be bored, it's all business talk anyway." But when I'd cancel on him, he'd show up at my place with flowers, and this looked like I'd just kicked his dog. Once, I asked him to call me during work. Nothing crazy, just mid-afternoon. Yet he refused. Said he didn't mix business with pleasure. But still, I didn't question it. I started changing my schedule to match his. Sleeping late, pushing back shifts. I even stopped going to my Wednesday pottery class because he always felt like talking around that time. It wasn't a relationship, it was emotional puppetry. The unraveling started the day I found a hairbrush with long blonde hair in the glove compartment of his Tesla. Jason has brown hair. I pulled it out and said, half joking, "Should I be worried?" He laughed, leaned over, and said, "You're the only woman in my life who doesn't make me want to lie." My chest got warm. I believed him. But a week later, I got a call from an unknown number. A woman's voice. Shaky, controlled. She said, "I know who you are. I've seen the texts." My stomach dropped. "This is Melissa, Jason's wife. We've been married 10 years. We have a daughter. And you are the reason she asks why daddy doesn't love mommy anymore." I couldn't speak. I just stood in the middle of the street with my keys in my hand and no idea where I was going anymore. Melissa wasn't even angry. That made it worse. She was exhausted. She just said, "You're not the first." Then she hung up. I waited 5 hours before texting him. "Did you lie to me about everything?" He didn't respond. But the next day, he sent a voice note. It was 5 minutes of muffled sobbing and one sentence whispered at the end. "You're the only one who ever made me feel real." I should have blocked him. I almost did. But instead, I texted back, "We need to talk." He agreed. We met in the parking lot behind a 24-hour diner. He looked like a wreck. Eyes swollen, shirt wrinkled. "I didn't mean for it to happen like this," he said. Then he went on a monologue about how broken his marriage was, how lonely he felt, how he thought he was falling in love with me. I asked him why he never told me. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "Because I knew if I told you the truth, you'd leave, and I needed you to stay." I slapped him. Not hard, just enough to remind myself I was still real. For 2 weeks after that, I couldn't eat or sleep. I couldn't even open my bedroom blinds. I felt disgusting until I did something weird. I went back to my Wednesday pottery class. Same instructor, same dusty room, same lady next to me who always brought snacks but never asked for anything back. Over the next few weeks, that pottery class became my safe space. But then last week, I saw a girl in my apartment's parking lot. Pink hoodie, scared eyes, phone in one hand, tears in the other. She couldn't have been more than 19, and she looked like the spitting image of Jason. I watched her get into a Tesla, and as she drove away, she threw a full cup of soda at me. The full story is linked below.